Alright, so we're still at it. We're going to be doing just our goal is to cap the mods. So that's what we're doing. We're capping the mods, which is essentially just a grind. And I like to do 8 player when capping mods because I find the missions to be faster than 4 player. And I mean, it doesn't happen all the time, but there's always that, you know, that player that is really bad and lets the team fail. And this can happen on duos too. And duos, I find duos and alerts longer than raids, but you know, I could be wrong. I think duos and alerts are as long as raids. They could be, they could not be. I don't know. But there's some really long duos and alerts, so I just avoid it. I don't know. It's pretty empty, so I might have to do a duo or a raid. Alright, we'll play a 4 player duo. We'll play a 4 player alert. I think it's pretty empty today. I mean, it's gotta be. But another good idea is to do daily missions, but daily missions are just like an option. They're too repetitive for me. Like if I do daily missions every day for like a given amount of time, I just get sick of them. You know, the open world missions, I get sick of those. Unless it's like the weekly open world missions, those are fun. So we might even do weekly open world on Mojo. Mogo. Mogo. Damn. I'll start the stream over. I feel like that doesn't qualify. Um,
Hank Henshaw, the so-called cyborg Superman, is wreaking havoc here on Mogan.
They're doing some serious damage.
I just want it stopped.
Head out and shut those.
Situation.
should just stuck to Mogo, huh? like I said, it's the holidays. The roads are kind of bad, and I don't really own a car. I was gonna rent a car this season on Turo for 1,400, but someone took it before me. 1,400 is a really good price. Usually the lowest rates are like 1,600 or something. Yeah, cars are very essential for winter. I actually did. I mean, I got through winter easily with a scooter. And every year it gets a little harder. Either that or the winters were kind of more. I mean, we did have some pretty warm winters or something. I can't remember.
More of those machines. Destroy them.
2.2 gigahertz quad core. PS5 would be like a 3.5. It's a little bit faster than PS5, but due to the way games are developed on PC with high-res textures, it usually affects their performance. So you have a faster GPU and CPU than a PS5, but you know, the games, some of the games will not perform as well because the developers on Linux or whatever take considerations for textures. Scaling and stuff, I guess. Also, PS5, it's essentially like Linux, right? So it might perform better or worse is what I gather. Like on ATI drivers, I find it Ubuntu worse. But I don't have an NVIDIA card. I used to have one, but I sold it with NVIDIA, which now I regret. With NVIDIA cards, I heard it runs a lot better. I guess custom drivers or something. But that's Ubuntu. I don't know about Steam OS. I don't know how Proton works or anything. Distractors join the team. Where are they? Alright. So the story is in 2015, I was like, yes, it's a long time ago by now, we're in 2026. In 2015 I was like, hey, this is off topic from gaming. I was like, hey, what can I do to financially not put myself in a pit? You could buy electric hyper scooters and stuff. Electric vehicles are, if they're maintained well, they're pretty effective. I actually have two. I have an e-scooter and an e-bike. Like it's not a hyper scooter or anything. It's 36 volt, 15 amp hour. The batteries basically are what makes the scooter. I know it goes 10 to 12 miles with hills, so it's a hilly area. To say 20 or 30 miles is definitely a lie. On 36 volt, 1,000 scooter, what the marketing does that you have to look out for is they often, 'cause this is a scooter channel kind of, they often, they will often say, your kilowatt motor is, 80 miles per charge, whatever. But, that's like when you're going slow, like when you're in eco mode, which no one ever uses. Like, you can literally control the pedal, right? You can control the accelerator. So eco mode is pointless unless you have a really long straightaway. Like, I used eco mode effectively last summer on the WO&D trail, because it's a flat, straightaway. But no one ever uses eco mode. Like, I'm totally comfortable with holding the controller, holding the accelerator at a certain position to go slower. But the point is that usually marketing will say, this amount of miles if you go slow. Yeah, so in 2015, the best decision of my life was to get a gas scooter, and then to work on it, and to set up a small shop and just see what it can do from the ground up. First I started with electrical, and then a few years passed and I could rebuild the whole engine, the whole motor.
Take out the devices on either side of a crystal to restore their green light.
And that's it, You do, if you know if you know how it works, the problems that you run into should be a breeze. But just the other day, there will be problems though. Just the other day, my accelerator cable grinded out a circle on the bottom where you fit the cable to the speedo gear to the speedo cable. So you fit it there, and eventually it'll grind out into a circle. So you'll need a new speedo gear, or you could just get like a small toothpick or something, a small piece of wood, and jam it in there, and it will continue to rotate. Save me $15 right there. Like I said, because the maintenance is the maintenance is all the time. It's very much there, more than so than a car, but if you can do the maintenance, it's cost effective. However, I do still want to. I have this project for 2026. Is to rebuild my 70cc. Once I rebuild my 70cc, once I rebuild my 70cc, I'll be able to keep up with traffic. Until then, you're going to have to judge me my, you know, slowness. Like I said, on a Sunny CC, on a larger engine block, you'll be doing the standard 40 uphill in a hilly area. On a small engine block, you'll be doing 25. However, do I want to invest in a big bore kit on top of this rebuilding this MCC? Like the one mistake I had was simple. No, because of tire wear and stuff. I don't even think it's worth rebuilding this MCC. But, yeah. Would a big bore kit help? I'm speculative about a big bore kit. Might help, might not. That's how I see it. I think it's more of a racing thing for a big bore kit, not a commuting thing. So I did what everyone does, basically. They forget something. And I forgot to do transmission change. Like I said, that one key ingredient of, and I know this from experience, the one way you can destroy your car or whatever is to forget to do a transmission change. So they say a small motorcycle is like, you know, transmission change on a small motorcycle is 6,000 miles, 6 to 8,000. And I'm pretty sure I didn't, I skipped and I did 10,000 miles. I'm pretty sure, you know, I did the transmission change 2,000 miles late, and you know, it was brownish, whatever, and obviously there's rocking with engine knock later. So that's what I have to fix is just 2 stupid gears on the transmission. And obviously a new arm and a new piston, which I don't have. I knew a kid named Hank in college from Stanton. He was in a band called the Misfits. So it's like a derivative of the Misfits. It's like, you know, a female version of the Misfits. The female singer that was on the piano or something. And a male singer. can't even remember all their names. It's James, Kathy, Jay Rich, Hank Williams, James Kathy, Jay Rich, Hank Williams, Jimmy Toner on drums, Vivian Davis on piano. Yeah, the xylophone or something, whatever those pianos, those Casio pianos are. Like she would use piano and sing with James Cassie, who is just the lead singer, and Jay Moritz was bass. R.K. Haney was guitar, and Jimmy Toner was drums. Unfortunately, two of the members died. I heard there's people who say that there's a match going on when there isn't. That's false advertising. Like, there's clearly no one fighting Arkilla or Hank.
Listen up. There's refugees in need out there. Some are under attack, others got empty bellies.
Alright, back to PvE men. Back to PvE missions. Excuse my grogginess, I just woke up without coffee. Back to PvE missions.